What's up, Dubai? It's Time Out Dubai here with a little special for you ahead of this weekend. We have got Mr. Russell Howard in the house. How's it going, Russ?
Very well indeed. Hello, Dubai. How are you?
I'm sure they say hello back to you.
Sweet.
So, you are here for the long weekend. You're
Yes.
doing 3 gigs at the Dubai College Auditorium.
That's right. It starts at 8 o'clock, and I'm doing it with 2 of my mates, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. So if you want to come along, come. You coming?
Oh, I'll be there.
Are you?
Yeah,
oh, sweet.
yeah,
It's going to be really
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Cool, man. So what's the show about? This is part of your big world tour.
Yes.
So, you know, what's inspired it? What's led to you creating this new show?
It's mostly about how we're all trying to make sense of how insane the world is at the minute.
Right.
So there's lots of, there's lots of politics, lots of stuff about my family, and there's a couple of jokes about unicorns.
Ah.
So there's a mix, but yeah, it's proper good. I'm really proud of it, and what's nice. We sort of toured it around England, and we were doing like sort of massive rooms. So it's quite nice to kind of come and do like a little small gig here, and see if it works. It'd be interesting to see if stuff that's really funny in England kind of translates here. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, because it's a really sort of diverse audience that you'll probably
Yeah.
find here. So
Yeah.
a lot of English people, a lot of Americans.
But that's the
other
cool thing
Westerners,
about
and then-
traveling and doing comedy as well. Because like last year we did some gigs in New York, and I don't know if you at home know what a lollipop man is. You know what a lollipop man is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise that how insanely British that is until you explain it to a foreign audience. So I was in New York, and I was sort of said, when we try and get kids across a road near a school, we give an old man a giant lollipop. And this dude just goes, why? And you're like, I don't know.
No.
And it was sort of that thing, but in that moment you realise, that's what I love about travelling and doing stand-up, that you realise how absurd your country is the further you get away from it.
Sure. Well,
And literally as we got here, there's a snap election going on. So it's kind of, we're all, what a choice that is, Theresa May or Jeremy Corbyn. But that's the way of politics of the world over at the minute. It's like Clinton or Trump. It's just like, choosing between 2 awful buffets.
Presumably then, as your tour goes on, you're going to be sort of expanding some of the stuff that you talk about. Your content will change, and then, by the time you end your tour, is there a good chance you're going to have something almost completely different to what you started with?
That's the cool thing, basically. But that's the other amazing thing about coming to different places and doing weird things, because then the material sort of changes, and then I'm doing a Netflix special at the end.
All right.
So the show that started out in England will kind of have loads of stuff from there, but it will evolve, and I just want it to be more global, so that it isn't just here are some jokes that work in England. I kind of want to sort of try stuff to see if it works in America or Europe or Australia, and then you just have a sort of more global view. Like I'd like to have a really nice bit on politics, sort of from a global perspective, rather than in England it is like this. That's just a bit kind of boring.
So weird.
Yeah, exactly. So you just want to sort of evolve a bit.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is sort of travelling. But it's really cool because like some of the gigs are sold out, and then we're doing gigs in like Sweden where there's like 8 people coming. It's like we're going to a place called Tromsø. There's 8 people that are going to be there.
In the village or at the gig?
I don't know. Imagine if it is just in the village and all 8 of them are coming. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I kind of like doing that. So it's fun.
Yeah, man. So this thing you mentioned with Netflix, is this going to be sort of different snippets of your tour, or is it going to be a show you do for Netflix?
It'll be a stand-up show, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it's like it's a special that's going to be filmed in England somewhere. I don't know where yet, but it's going to be great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what are you doing while you're here?
Well, we were going to swim with dolphins. My friend Pete really wants to go up the tallest building.
Oh yeah.
And Kumar, what does he want to do? He wants to ride a Lamborghini.
Oh, of course.
But I've seen him ride a go-kart and he nearly crashed that. And like the insurance on this tour is quite high anyway. And I think if we crashed a Guinea, we'd be in real trouble.
Yeah.
But what would you recommend that we do? My friend Steve just wants to sleep. He got here yesterday, right? We got a beautiful day yesterday. We all went to a water park, as you do when you're 37. And he slept all day.
Oh, man.
I know, unbelievable. But we went to Wild Wadi. Have you been there?
Oh, yeah, it's a big one.
It was great. Yeah, it was sensational. Have you been on that? What's the Jumeirah Screamer?
Is that the Leap of Faith one?
Is it called Leap of Faith?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I thought it was called the Jumeirah Screamer.
It could well be.
But it was absolutely terrifying. And it's the one where you basically like that, and you have to. There's you're in sort of a coffin, and then suddenly it drops, and you go down in that moment. You just kind of. Yeah, it was great. So that's what we're going to
surely
do.
nothing more terrifying than flying downhill in a coffin. So you actually mentioned, we had a little chat a little while ago, and you mentioned that you came to Dubai before and
Yes.
had a slightly strange dolphin experience.
Well, we swam with, me and my brother were meant to swim with dolphins, but his appendix burst, so he had to go to hospital. Yeah, it was awful.
It's not ideal.
No, it was really scary, and we didn't have travel insurance, so it cost me a great deal of money, but I felt like I had to save my brother. So he was getting his operation done, and it was that he was like, I felt like I had to sneak away and visit the dolphins. And I managed to swim with these dolphins and then get back before my brother woke up. So he still doesn't know that well, he is going to, yeah, but I mean, he's probably not watching this, but
No, fair point.
yeah, so I'm going to take my mates.
Cool.
And that's what we're going to do, yeah. It's
Awesome.
the thing to do, isn't it? But yeah, I'm looking forward to
It
it.
is. I think it's on pretty much everyone's bucket list.
Absolutely, yeah.
So. Cool. You got anything else sort of lined up, or are you,
Nope,
are you
I think
seeking ideas?
We're
or?
just going to go wherever the days take us, really. So what would you recommend?
That's such a big question in this
Is
time,
it?
man. There's so much going on. Various bars, various clubs, if that's your thing. You know, there's this new sort of VR experience down at JBR.
Oh, is that the Ghostbusters thing? Yeah.
thing,
What is that then?
It's basically you put on a VR headset, get a gun and a chest plate, and you wander around this Ghostbusters world.
Oh, nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
Do you fancy doing that, fellas? Bit. Yep, there you go. We'll do that.
Okay, nice one.
Right.
But on that note, before we go off on complete tangents,
Yeah.
might as well call an end to this ramble.
Okay.
But thanks so much for joining
Pleasure,
us. And
yeah.
So check out Russell Howard. He's at the Dubai College Auditorium. He's playing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this weekend. You can pick up tickets on 800tickets.com. Cool.
It's going to be great. Thanks, man.
Cheers,
Lovely
mate.
to meet you.
Thank you.
Take care. See you later.
Bye bye.
See ya.